It's finished. Altrincham 2, Yeovil Town 2 at the J Davidson Stadium this afternoon, and manager Phil Parkinson joins us. Phil, another bad start, so we've had it all to do yet again.
Yep, I can't disagree with you. When we say a bad start, though, one moment, I wouldn't say we started the game poorly. It's just one moment where it's one shot on goal and it's gone in. I feel like I've gone back in time to when we first come into the Conference North and we started the season exactly the same, where I'm feeling we're playing well. I know people will always question that when we're not winning games. But the thing that I've got to sort of keep my eye on is if we're playing poorly, then I have to adjust things. The bit that we're not quite doing yet or not quite getting the rub of the green with is our mistakes are being punished every time. And as I said, I'm fairly experienced now. I've been here before. I know what it looks like. I know we're playing well. We're going to play some really good teams that will really push us, where we've got to probably be out of possession a lot longer. But at the moment, we're the team on the front foot dictating play. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to go forward every time you get the ball, because we're playing against teams who bank up against us. And that shows just ultimate respect for how far we've come. For a team like Yeovil, who've been in the Football League, to come here and put two banks of four behind, basically in front of us, and say, come and break us down. That just shows me that they've got an element of fear about what we're capable of. If they come at us, can we open them up? Which I think we showed at times we can do. So yeah, it's a frustrating start to the season, but I've been here before. It's a new group of players, and I'm certainly not worried.
It's interesting you say about the first season in National League North. It does feel a little bit like that. We lost a couple of games against Curzon-Ashton and FC United, where people were running through our midfield, but it was a problem that was there to be solved, and we solved it.
Yeah, but you say running through the midfield. It wasn't every time. It was just when they did. It resulted in a goal. I mean, I look back at, was it Kurt Willoughby's goal back then, and he probably hadn't done anything all game, and he had one run, he went and scored a goal where we'd probably dominated the game for the vast majority of that. And that's what we are. People have got to remember that. I know it's frustrating when you're not winning, but the thing that served us well is we've got an identity. I know what type of football I'd want to come and watch, and people will throw in my face, I want to watch winning football. Well, I tell you what, there's a way to win, and the way we do it, we've had a lot of praise over the seasons. People deeply believe in what we do. My players do, I do, and there's only one way that the teams that myself and Neil produce will play, and you're seeing that, and we will get our rewards for sticking to our beliefs, because I certainly won't change what I believe is the right way to play. And I can see we're certainly not the team who's getting battered. We're the team who's just getting punished on the odd mistake here and there, and we've got to tidy that up. That's an individual error. I don't think we've had one goal against us that I'd say is a good goal. Was that a fairly good strike from the first goal today? Yeah, but it should have been stopped at source. So for me, it wasn't something where they've opened us up. It was on a second ball run through, and the lads hit a fairly well struck shot. But then the second one's really poor, isn't it? It's a poor decision, a poor execution of the pass, and the player in question knows that. But I think that player's had a really good game the rest of the game as well. It's just such a shame that that's what people remember his contribution as. And these are the things we've just got to shake, but we will. I'm sitting here knowing what I'm looking at, and I know it'll get tougher as well. We've got some really tough teams coming up. But look what we're playing against Yeovil, and we're really disappointed because we've gone full time and everyone thinks that we're going to absolutely romp this league. It's not the case at all. We're finding our feet. We've got 7 debutants from the first game. We've had a glut of injuries that have really hurt us. It could be far worse than what it is. We're playing good football and we deserve more from the games that we played.
The equaliser, there was a lot of positives about it. Chris Clark he's been the creator of the goal, but a nice ball in from Ryan Colclough. But for me, it was a terrific finish by Toby Malarkey.
Yeah, really good. I thought the moment it had passed us by again. I thought, oh, here we go again. Jordan's just slightly not got on the end of it. Ball fizzed across. He's in the right place. And luckily, Toby's doing what we've been working on all week, arriving late at the back post from the full-back point of view. And he's got his rewards for that. If you do the hard yards, you get your rewards. And they're the bits people have got to remember as well. I keep saying that, but I just want to make sure everyone understands what we've got in our team. We're the 3rd youngest team in the division. We've got lads who are learning on the job, some of them. So until we get a massive amount of financial investment, we will be a developmental team. So we have to wait, we have to nurture, and they will get there, the good players. Just because they're developmental players doesn't mean they're not good players. And we've got some outstanding players in this division as well. You look at Ryan Colclough, probably the best winger in the league. So that mixed together makes for an exciting team, and we will get it right.
Early in the second half, we were dominating play, playing really well at the time. The crowd were really behind us. It seemed only a matter of time before the second goal would come, but it didn't quite work out like that.
No, it doesn't, does it? Because it's not quite going for us. So there's a common theme here, isn't there? You're not quite getting the rub of the green, but we know we've got to work harder with it. We've got to. I think the biggest thing for us is keep believing in what we're doing. But you're right. I think there was a moment in the game where they had about a 20-minute period where we ended up playing their game, where they obviously were playing for restarts, pumping the ball into the box. But for me, we dealt with them really well. There was only a couple of moments where I think Hunt got in at the back post in terms of a header, a clean header. But apart from that, I thought the lads stood the ground really well, because that's not something you'd associate with us. So from that point of view, I was happy from a defensive point of view in terms of the delivery into the box and the way we defended it. But then I felt when we made the substitutions, Ben Pringle, Egley, Marcus coming on, they give us that bit of energy that we probably were losing a bit, because the lads we'd been in possession for vast amounts of the game. They started to turn the screw in terms of the way they wanted to play. So freshening it up, I felt last 15, again, we looked like we were going to probably go on and win it once we got that equaliser.
And the equalising goal was an outstanding goal, terrific cross, good build-up play, terrific cross by Ryan Colclough. And to be fair to Egley Cadger, that's a fantastic header.
Yeah, I think we've got a real gem with Egley. The bit that we've just got to do is make sure we manage his minutes, get him right, get him up to speed. He's a player that should be playing higher than League Two. He should be, for me, League One Championship. He's got that quality. It's the same as Ryan. They're here for different reasons. But the top players, and if we can get them two firing again, I think it might give us that little bit of balance that I think everyone can see we're lacking at the moment in the front ranks.
And as you mentioned, we've got three very tough games. Well, they're all tough games in this league, but three very tough games coming up. Boreham Wood away, Chesterfield at home over the bank holiday weekend, and then Solihull Moors away. But that's a good thing for us, because we generally rise when we're up against it a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Brian, we're up against it every week, but we don't have that mentality where we're going it. So today, for example, you look at size of clubs, history of clubs. We're coming here expecting to win this game. We went to Maidenhead expecting to win that game. We're not going into any game not trying to win a game, and I'd say that's always been our aim. We don't worry too much about the opposition. We'll make the players aware of the strengths and weaknesses. What we try and do is work really hard, is what we're good at. And if we get that right, we know we'll get results in this division. It doesn't matter who it's against. We look, even though there've been some soft goals, we look a lot stronger defensively. We look like we've got a little bit more legs in us this season than we've had previously. We've just got to get that quality right up the other end. If we can start taking our chances, it takes a lot of pressure off everybody else. And then mistakes don't feel as costly then. But we can't keep making them. We've got to cut them out. But again, that's an individual thing. That's not a team thing. That's something individuals have just got to get right. And that's why I know we will, because they won't keep making them mistakes. Because if they do, then obviously I've got to do my job and I have to replace them individuals. But I deeply believe in this team. I believe in each individual player, or they wouldn't be here. And I know we'll get it right. And I know what I'm looking at. We're playing good football. We're just not getting what we deserve at the moment. And I know that won't be what people want to hear. And they'll want to come back at me on that, but that's where we're at. I've been here before. I know what I'm looking at, and like I said, we're on the right path.